Good morning, children. So today in our class we are going to study weather, climate and adaptations to that climate. So let's see what is meant by weather. What is meant by weather is the day-to-day condition of atmosphere at a particular place is called weather. The weather can be comfortable or can be too hot or too cold. That means one particular place is there. So the day-to-day condition, atmospheric condition of that place is known as weather. That means sometime it may be hot or it may be cold or it may be moderate. So weather report. What is weather report is? The daily report about weather usually released by meteorological department is called weather report. Weather report is often shown along with its news on television. So elements of weather. What are the elements of weather is, or on which factors it may depend is, that is, the various elements of weather are temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind speed, etc. So let's see temperature. What is temperature is? Temperature depends upon the duration of sunshine. During the summer season, the duration of sunshine is longer. Due to this, temperature is high in summer. The day temperature is high in summer. The day temperature is minimum in the morning and maximum at noon. That means, see, the weather of a place, first factor depends on the temperature. That means, see, the temperature depends on the sunshine it is getting. So I am having one place. Okay. So if it is getting high amount of sunshine, what will happen? That place will be hot. If it is getting less amount of sunshine, it will be cold. That means the temperature of that place is depending on the sunshine it is getting. So the sunshine, the temperature will be high in summer, and during the daytime it will be, at noon it will be maximum, and during morning it will be minimum. Our next factor is humidity. Humidity is the amount of moisture present in the air. We know what is humidity. Humidity is the amount of moisture present in the air. Humidity is generally measured in percentage. Humidity is generally at highest level during rainy season. So the second factor on which weather depends is humidity. Okay, if the level or percentage of humidity is high, what will happen? Weather will be cold. If the percentage of water in the air, that is humidity, is less, it will be hot. And our next factor is rainfall. Rainfall. So what is rainfall is? Amount of rainfall is measured in terms of mm. For this, an apparatus called rain gauge is used. Our next factor is wind speed. Speed of wind also affects the condition of weather. So these are the factors which is affecting the weather. That is temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind speed, etc. These are the factors which are affecting the weather. Next, climate. What is meant by climate? Climate is the average weather condition for at least 25 days. In a rainfall geographical part, so one place is there for some days. Okay, the continuation of this weather is known as the climate. The climate of India is said to be hot and humid because the temperature is usually high and so the humidity for most parts of the year. The climate of Rajasthan is said to be hot and dry because temperature is very high but humidity is very low. On the other hand, the climate of Kashmir is said to be cold because temperature is low. Rainforest. Rainforest is found generally near the equator. Places near the equator receive more sunshine and hence more rainfall. This makes the place hot and humid. Temperatures vary from 15 degrees centigrade to 40 degrees centigrade near the equator. Rainforests are also present in some tropical areas. Desert. So these are the places, different places. Okay, One is rainforest, another one is desert. Desert temperature in desert is generally higher and it receives less or little rainfall. So deserts are very hot and dry. Department of Meteorology. This is a government department. The meteorology department measures the elements of weather and keeps their record. Meteorologists use data from satellites and analyze the data to forecast about the weather. Next, polar region. Polar region is at high latitude and hence do not receive adequate sunshine. Due to this, temperature is very low in the polar regions. The polar region is covered with snow because of low temperature. So these are the different parts. That is, one is rainforests, deserts, polar regions. Next, climate and adaptations. At several places such as desert, polar region, etc., climate is very harsh. Many organisms live and thrive at these places. In spite of harsh climate, animals and plants living in such places develop certain features which help them survive the harsh climate. To develop certain features in order to survive the given climate is called adaptation in simple terms. Okay, so if you see in polar regions, temperature will be very low. That means it will be very cold. In that place we cannot survive. Okay, but some animals like polar bears, they are living, they are surviving. How they are surviving means, so they are adapted to live in such conditions. So that means for living they are developing some certain features which help them to survive in this harsh climate. To develop certain features in order to survive the given climate is called adaptation. That means development of these features to survive in the given climate is called adaptation. Adaptation in polar regions. In polar regions, the sun does not set for about 6 months and it does not appear for another 6 months for the year. These regions are covered with snow for most part of the years. In winter, temperature may down to minus 37 degrees centigrade. Hence, the climate of the polar regions becomes extreme and harsh. In spite of such conditions, many animals live at these places. Examples of these animals living in this or organisms living in these polar regions are polar bear, penguin, snow leopard. These all are etc. are the examples of this. These all organisms are living in these polar regions. How they are living means they develop the adaptations. These animals show various adaptations which help them in surviving in the harsh climate of the polar region. So let's see animal. First animal is polar bear. Polar bear has 2 thick layers of fur over its body. In addition to this, they have thick layer of fat under the skin called bulbar. That means outside condition is so cold, extreme cold. Okay. So now if I am standing normally or if I am staying normally without any sweaters or like that means why we are wearing sweaters means because these sweaters protecting us from the outside cold environment. Like that only this animal, it cannot wear the sweaters. So what will happen? It develop, that means development of this certain feature means it's adaptation only. So it developed 2 layers of fur on the body and inside the body a layer of fat also present under the skin. These layers acts as insulators and prevent the bear from extreme cold. Because of the white fur, the polar bear can easily mix with its snowy background and can hide from its prey and predator. Getting hide with surrounding because of special color and pattern is known as camouflage. See, outside snow is there, and what is the color of the snow? Color of the snow is white, and the fur of this polar bear also white in color. So what will happen? This polar bear will be mixed in the snowy background. So from distance or from some distance, if any of the predator is seeing that, so from distance any of the predator is seeing this polar bear means it cannot observe that because the backside snow background white and polar bear fur also white, both of them will be mixed, and the predator and prey cannot easily distinguish or easily see them. This helps them for surviving from the predator and getting its food. And this special color and pattern with the surroundings is known as the camouflage. Getting hide with surrounding because of its special color and pattern is known as camouflage. Polar bears have wide paws and long curved nails called claws. That means, see, if we see the polar bear paws will be very wide. On the paws it contains long nails which helps them to move on the snow. Normally if we catch the snow, it is slippery, okay, but same thing, this animal also will slip, but its paws is very wide. On the wide paws it contains long claws, that means long nails are present. So with that claws it can easily catch that snow and it can move on the snow. Polar bears keep on swimming to keep them cool. Wide paws work as rudder while swimming. They are very good swimmers. So these polar bears, they are very good swimmers. Polar bear has highly developed sense of smell. It helps the polar bear in feeding a fish even from under a thick layer of snow. So these adaptations help polar bear to survive in extreme conditions of polar regions. Our next animal is penguin. Penguin also live in the polar region. Penguins are of white color with black background, with black back. They have thick layer of fat under their skin. This protects them from extreme cold. They are not having fur, penguins. They are containing a layer of fat downside the skin. They usually remain huddled together. This helps in keeping them warm. They have curved claws which help them to walk in snow and to swim in water. These adaptations help the penguin to survive in the extreme conditions of the polar region. These are the adaptations found in penguin. Our next one is birds. There are many types of birds found in polar regions. They fly to warm regions during winter to survive. Long distance travel in search of favorable climate is called migration. Some migratory birds are known to travel as long as 15,000 kilometers to keep them survive in opposite climate conditions. Arctic term is known to be longest travel among the migratory birds. Okay children, see, once again I am repeating. Birds. So how these birds live in these polar regions is, there are many types of birds found in polar regions. They fly from warm regions to winter. They fly to warm regions during winter to survive, and they will travel long distance in search of food and favorable climate, and this process is known as migration. So what is migration is long distance travel in search of favorable climate from one place to another place is known as migration. Some migratory birds are known to travel as long as 15,000 kilometers to keep them survive in opposite climate, that means in harsh conditions. Like say example, some of the birds in different countries like polar regions or in cold countries, when it comes to the winter climate, there will be very harsh, that means it will be very cold, so they cannot survive, and food also not available. For the food and for the survival, these birds will travel from one place to the another place, that means they will travel very long distance. Okay. Arctic tern is known to be longest traveler among the migratory birds. Apart from birds, many fishes and mammals also migrate to other places in such opposite climate conditions. Not only birds, animals and fishes also, mammals, they also will migrate from one place to the another place in opposite climatic conditions. Then these are the animals of and birds of the polar regions. Now let's see again one more kind of part is, that is tropical rainforest. one more type of weather is that is tropical rainforest. In India, tropical rainforests are found in Western Ghats and in Assam. Rainforests are also found in Southeast Asia, Central America, and Central Africa. Rainforests have plenty of food which supports variety of life. Many animals are found in the rainforest. Example: leopard, elephant, snakes, tigers, monkey, buffaloes, frogs, apes, lizards, many types of birds, insects, etc. See, coming to this polar region, here it doesn't support to the all the animals to survive. It supports very few. But coming to this tropical rainforest, this climate supports many of the organisms to survive. Because of that only in this tropical rainforest, variety of animals or variety of organisms we can see. In a forest, if we see, we can see different kind of animals and organisms also. That is like organisms like microorganisms also we can see. Why means because they are saprophytes. Okay, some of the microorganisms are saprophytes. They will grow on dead and decaying organisms. Okay, so some animals or some organisms when they died, these saprophytes will decompose them. That is the reason why we can see different kind of organisms. That means a variety of organisms we can see in this tropical rainforest. In spite of plenty of food, there is a high level of competition for survival among the animals in the rainforest. So once again I am repeating. So here the forest is or the place is limited. Okay, so for survival between this all the animals we can see heavy competition because for survival. Okay, so that means which one is strongest one, it will occupy that place, so it will survive. Adaptive features of animals found in the rainforest. So we can see like polar bear and penguins, it is adapted to live in the polar regions. Now see the animals which are found in this tropical rainforest, how they are adapted to live. Like see lion, the color of lion helps it in blending in its background. Lion has a highly developed sense of smell and night vision. All of this help a lion in catching the prey. Elephants have well developed sense of smell. It helps the elephant in finding the food. The trunk has powerful muscles which help the elephant in uprooting even a big tree. Elephant have good sense of hearing which help the elephant in sensing danger way in advance. An elephant uses its trunk to sprinkle water all over its body so that it can cool down its body temperature. So if we see in case of elephant has a very huge trunk which can be used as a nose and for picking the loads also. At the same time, if we see the ears of elephants, it is very big in size so that it can hear the very feeble sounds also. It has two tusks, two modified teeth. That modified teeth are known as tusks, which are very sharp and it can tear the branches of the trees and uproot the trees. Our next animal is monkeys. Monkeys are highly adapted to live in the rainforest. Monkey uses its palms and soles to grip a branch and thus can hang on shooting from a branch. It can also use its tail to hold a branch. Monkeys can climb to the topmost branch of a tree and thus can see very far in the jungle. This helps them in sensing the danger and also in finding the food. Our next animal is frogs. Frogs are adapted to live both on land and in water. The greenish color of the frog helps it in mixing with the green foliage. Frog has a long and sticky tongue with which it catches its prey. The tree frog has developed sticky pads in its claws. This helps the tree frog in climbing a tree and in holding onto a branch. So these are some of the adaptations which are developed in the frog also. So now we saw the adaptations of animals in polar regions and in tropical rainforests also. So these are some of the adaptations. So what are adaptations means? These are some of the process which help them or which are developed for the survival in this climate. So So this is the completion of the lesson.